Hi guys, it's Molly with Soul School Tarot and Astrology, and I am here with you guys today for your Mercury Retrograde in Pisces tarot card reading for my water signs. That's Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Anybody who has a sun, moon, or rising sign in one of those three water signs, and because it is a Mercury Retrograde transit that we're doing this reading for, if you have a Mercury in a water sign, okay? Now, fun fact about Mercury, it cannot be any farther away from the sun than 28 degrees, okay, in your natal chart, all right? So, if Mercury is not in the same sign as your sun, it's going to be in either the sign right before or right after it. But check it out, look it up, figure that out. That is part of the message that I'm getting for you guys. I'm going to go ahead. They want me to hold on to Sal right now. Okay. So this is a little premature message, but I'm keeping it. We're just going to get into that. I'm going to try to hold off these intuitive messages. Just let me cover like the intuitive messages that I got earlier. All right. So welcome you guys. I'm really glad you're here. Thank you for pardoning my spaciness. I am a Mercury dominant and I'm already feeling this Mercury and Pisces energy. I've got an astro forecast out there for this Mercury retrograde where I talk a lot about what this energy, what this specific retrograde is all about. It's a really unique, a really amazing energy. You're going to get to observe it firsthand here tonight with me as I try to control my Mercury self, okay, my logical mind, my ability to use my words to communicate to other human beings and try to balance that against the intuitive messages that I am being bombarded with tonight. So, I would love to talk more about that, but you guys go check out, like right now my brain is so scattered. I'm just referring you to the astro forecast for this transit. It's 37 minutes long, but you guys put it on like when you're on a walk or cleaning the house or doing something like that. I think there is probably some information in there that's going to help you make it through this transit. What I want to do today is I want to go ahead and go over the notes that I have, the intuitive messages that I downloaded earlier, plus any more that are coming in. We're going to figure out what this Sal wants to talk about. And then I have 3 questions that I want to ask the tarot. We all know that Mercury retrograde is sort of about things from the past coming back up so that we can see them from another perspective or another angle. So I'd like to dig into, see if we can figure out what is sort of the overarching, the most important issue that's going to come back up for us for our water signs. This is if your sun, moon, rising, or Mercury is in Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. All right, so check out your chart, get to know it. But really whatever you're feeling drawn to, okay, check it out, okay? All right. Also, dominant signs, you guys, it doesn't matter if you have like a moon in Cancer. That's really super strong. If you have like 5 planets in fire signs or 6 or 7 or 8, okay? So just know what your dominant energy is and definitely look at the video that kind of aligns with that, okay? All right? Did I already say I'm so glad that you guys are here with me? Definitely go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for being here with me. The 3 questions, I see you guys, this is it. I cannot stay on topic. 3 questions. What issue is going to come back up to be revisited? What my words can't come out. I'm going to have to slow down, because that's what Mercury retrograde makes us do. All right, Molly, are you ready? Okay, let's do this. What angle does Spirit want you to see this through? And then finally, what's the most likely long-term outcome by being able to shift perspective or being able to look at something from a different angle? How's that going to affect your life once we get out of the Mercury retrograde and shadow period? So we're really kind of talking about energies that have been at work since the beginning of February when the shadow period began to the end of March. All right. So when Mercury goes direct on March 10th, it will be in Aquarius. So we're going to get a little teeny tiny bit of Aquarius energy, but most of it is actually in the sign of Pisces. So if you are a Pisces, I think you're definitely going to be feeling this energy. Okay, so intuitive messages. One more time, I'm going to point you to the astro forecast. Okay, I think it's called The Magician in Wonderland, but I've also been toying with, I don't know. It's not my favorite title, but it's the title right now. Okay, go check it out. Because this really is going to be a time period for a lot of people to be opening up to communication with spirit and with other realms. More so than they ever have before. And that has a lot to do with the intuitive message that I got for my water signs today. I think a lot of the information that is going to be coming to you during Mercury retrograde is going to be confirming your intuition. And I'm talking about things that may not even be that tremendous, not like that important to you and your path and your life. But even just like little things, like they're giving me this scenario, like something went missing at work a while back and you just know that you know who took it or who broke it or who's responsible for it. And then information's going to come out and you're going to be like, I knew it, right? So just little things like that. And part of why that's happening is because Spirit wants you to build your confidence and faith in your intuition at this time. Okay. For some of you guys, these are going to be some pretty significant things that you predicted some time ago based on your intuition, and then information, like I said, will come to light to confirm that you were probably right all along. Okay. So today, before I get into those 3 questions with the tarot, stop it, you guys. Okay. Hold on a second. I'm using this magical menagerie, okay? This is a beautiful tarot deck. It features animals from Celtic Greek mythology as well as, just around the world. But it's definitely a very unique oracle deck. And so I always say I'm using the book because I'm still learning. And you guys, I picked up the book and I opened right to the Sow. All right. So you guys saw, I don't know if you saw, as I was shuffling, that just kind of popped out. This is definitely your message. Yes. Okay. Fertility, nurture, and sustenance. So it's a very big, like if you're into tarot, if you know your tarot, this is very much like an Empress energy. Okay. Let us get a little bit more into this. Extremely protective of the young. Beautiful, you guys. Ancestral spirits. It's really beautiful. And I'm going to go ahead and read this because for some of you guys, there are children or elders in your life who are a really, really, really big part of you coming into your intuition. Just things that they say will confirm what you had going on inside. Okay. So listen to this. Sow not only indicates matters. Oh, wait. Sow is closely associated with the crone aspect of the goddess, hence the past and reincarnation. Sow therefore not only indicates matters connected with childbirth and the young, but also ancestry and elders. Adults care for the children and the elderly. The elderly may care for both. And this is what's really important, you guys. The ancestral spirits care for the living as well as those yet unborn. Okay, Sow also refers to the inception and nurturing of new projects. Okay, pregnancy is definitely, if that's something you're trying to avoid, take all of the precautionary measures right now. Okay, that's just a definite thing that's coming in. Okay, because we have quintessence over here on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so like I said, it's full of these wonderful magical animals, but there's one card that's not an animal. and it's quintessence, okay? Each of these cards is associated with one or more of the elements. Sao, where do we get this? Is associated with earth, water, air, and fire, okay? Quintessence, that's the fifth element that binds the other four together, all right? This can also be spirit coming through to talk to you, all right? In fact, I really think you guys are getting ancestor visits, even if you don't know it, all right? Now, if this sounds crazy to you, come back and watch at the end of Mercury Retrograde. That's what Mercury Retrograde is going to get you guys to start believing in things that were previously impossible. All right? Please watch the Mercury Retrograde astro forecast, and it'll make a lot more sense, okay? I use the myth of Alice in Wonderland. I talk about mythologizing your life, and I think that's going to be very helpful for you guys. Your ancestors also, they're coming in right now to say that you should be getting to know the mythology. They want to invite you to get to know the mythology and lore of their history, of their past, okay? So getting in touch with your ancestors. Some of them straight up want to come to you in dreams or have been coming to you in dreams. Some have been coming as elderly figures. Some have been coming as children. And again, in your real life, some of you guys will straight up like a child or an elderly person that you may not even believe to be like at full mental capacity, right? All right? So people sort of on the edges, people on the boundary between this reality and another one, if that makes any sense, will say something to you that confirms exactly what you were just thinking about in your mind. All right? So don't get freaked out by those things, because they're really just coming to show you that when your intuition is telling you something, that's data that you should definitely be taking note of. All right? You guys, oh my goodness. I'm going to pause for a second and ground myself. Okay, you guys, I'm back. That was just a very, very, very intense channeling. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's the Ace of Cups and the King of Cups and the Hermit. So yeah, that was me just a minute ago channeling hardcore for you guys. But that makes me really excited to see what kind of message we have for you. The two decks that I'm drawn to, and I went ahead and smudged them, are the Crow Tarot. Which, by the way, is, if you don't know about crows, if you don't know about crows, you really should, especially if you guys have any Celtic ancestry, but I really feel Native American ancestry as well. I'm personally not familiar with crow mythology in different Native American mythologies and cultures. But if you have any of that ancestry, you're being nudged in that direction. You're being asked to look up what the crow means. Okay? Because it's something different to every culture. In Celtic lore, in fact, you guys, it's in the other room. It's in the other room, and I'm not going to pause you again. I have Llewellyn's complete astrological correspondences. If you can get your hands on a copy, check that out, okay? This death card has been on the bottom of the deck every time that I've cut it. So let's get back to that in a second, okay? Speaking of death, thank you, Spirit. That's what I was going to say about crows, is they're often thought about like they're perceived as harbingers of death, if you will. And that's just like a real misconception. They're actually messengers from the spirit world. So, they happen to kind of be around, I think, during that time of passage from this life into the next. And that's why people associate them with death, okay? And of course, in literature and lore, we have the Hermit on the bottom there too. All right, you guys. This second deck that I have out that I'm shuffling right now, this is my Morgan Greer deck. This is a very magical deck. and very significant to me because it is my first tarot deck that I ever owned, and I've owned it since. I've had this deck for 21 years now. Judgment on the bottom, okay? All right. Yeah. So for some of you guys, here's the message that wants the issue that you're gonna be having to come back up again. All right. During Mercury retrograde, there is something that you did, I feel like, in your recent past where you just had to put down some of your burdens. All right. You were walking through life like this guy, just carrying way too much. And you guys, you know what? I remember going back to like the readings that I was doing for my water signs in September, October, November. That was a lot of the messages that I had coming up for you, was that you guys were burdened by carrying around everybody else's energy. Okay? Rather than focusing on yourself. Okay? Because you really have to be in a position of self-care and strength. You have to be able to fill your own cup in order to be there when others come to you to have their cup filled. Okay? So some of you guys had to walk away from a very, very, very long-standing situation. Okay? Sorry, you guys know how the cards do this. They want me to move them around in certain ways. Okay? And then they want me to take this off the bottom of the deck as well. Okay, because that answers our next question about how Spirit wants you to see this. You guys had to, this is some sort of, okay, all right. Some of you guys walked away from an old friend group, or like friends, or just people who have been in your life for a very, 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 very long time. Okay, but there was also patterns. The power dynamic with those people was essentially what it was that you're trying to walk away from. Not so much that you didn't want to have these people in your life anymore, but there had been such a long-standing pattern of them just taking from you and of you allowing that to be the exchange. Of you allowing that to be your role in that relationship. And you didn't really want to end the relationship, but you wanted to end that role. And that's perfect for you guys. Okay. Some of you guys are really wanting to go ahead and keep those relationships around. But that Judgment card is something being called up again. That is pretty much what Mercury retrograde is about. Okay. What? Let me see. I want to Google something real quick, okay? I wonder what is the astrological association for the Judgment card. Huh. Pluto. Huh. I guess I never really thought of that. Okay, sorry guys. Like I said, my brain is wandering. I'm chasing white rabbits. Check out the astro forecast and you'll know exactly what I meant, okay? Oh, okay. So, the angle that Spirit wants you to see is that, and there's this 3 here. You have hope that this can still, that you can still flourish and grow in your current situation. But Spirit's trying to show you that there's not really, the potential for growth that you see is not really there. All right, babes? All right? We're going to get more info because I want clarifiers there. Alrighty. Show me what the Ten of Pentacles is, because the Ten of Pentacles is very important right now. That's just what they're letting me know. want to see more about this Turn of Pentacles. You guys, let me get just like, yeah, just a little more table space. Wow, the Ten of Pentacles is the Ten of Swords, the end of a cycle. And look, that's on the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Swords. So some sort of realization that lets you put an end to something that's been going on for a very, very, very long time. And then this fell out. This fell out with it. Okay. This is the Eight of Pentacles. This is putting a lot of work. This is very repetitive. So this is patterns that you are trapped in. Okay. Usually I love this card and I love the energy surrounding this card. But he doesn't want to be making those pentacles right now. He's just been trained to do that. He's been programmed to do it that way. Okay, and you're breaking free from that. All right. Can you show me what, wow, cards are jumping. Can you show me what this, what does the Three of Cups mean here? Wow. You guys, eek. You guys, I feel like I don't like this message, but I have to deliver it to you. Wow. Wow. Okay. All right, guys. Wow. Stop it. Okay. So I talk about this in the Astro Forecast. All of the tarot cards, the major arcana, are associated with a planet or a sign. Okay. The Magician is Mercury, and it came out reversed, you guys. But I don't think this is you. This is somebody around you. The Hanged Man is Pisces. This is the Just Surrender. This is the Surrender Dorothy card. All right. And then we have the World. This is essentially, this is the long-term outcome that they're showing me. Okay. The World and the Hanged Man together. Give me a second because I haven't even looked at the image, but they want me to. All right. These two energies. Wow. This, the World features the 4 fixed sign zodiac animals. All right. So up here we've got, what even is up there? Is it like a little person? Yep. It's a water bear. Okay. Do you see that, the water bear? Sorry guys, I'm trying to like, hello, beep boop, can we have a focus please? Anyways, he's right there. Ha, see him? Okay, bear in his water. That to me, wow. Okay, that represents that little window of time. I think around March 8th through March 12th. There is going to be this little window of time where Mercury is in Aquarius before, and then it goes direct and it comes back into Pisces. So that moment is important to you guys. All right? Because that's when you have the power to close something out. Also, this is Saturn, and we just found out that this is Pluto. Go back to January 10th. The Pluto-Saturn conjunction. Go back and look at the videos that were coming out at that time. For some of you guys, you put an end to a 37-year cycle. Some of you are like, I'm not even 37, but your life path is older than you are. Okay? Things happened before you were born that affected the world that you were born into. So things that happen with your parents, right? Like maybe your parents were married around 1981 or 82. Maybe they moved around that time. I don't know. But anyways, if you're interested, go back and look around January 10th, like coming up to that Saturn-Pluto conjunction that we had in January. For some reason, that, whatever energy you're going through there, what this Mercury retrograde wants to do is kind of like test you. You need to put your money where your mouth is. You, like, whatever decision you made and said, this is going to be different now, circumstances are coming up to make you walk that walk. Not just talk the talk, but walk that walk, okay? And you can do it because you're doing it for you, water signs. That is really beautiful. And I still have more to say, but let me get a drink of water. This energy right here is an illusion that is ready to be revealed to you guys, okay? And it breaks my heart to pass this on to you. I feel like you have some sort of nostalgia. Do you remember I said you had to part from somebody that you had a long history with or some pattern? I feel like it's somebody that you had a long history with and you would really, really like there to be some sort of reunion, okay? Now I'm getting a couple different threads now, all right? Because I have this 3-card spread and I'm getting different. This is you missing somebody or missing the innocence that used to be or thinking back to the way that it was before, all right? This could be going back to childhood, all right? Long-standing things, 37-year cycles, you guys. These things go way back. But this is also an unhealed inner child, perhaps, all right? This is confusion, guilt, shame. That's the red string fate, though, is what they want me to say. Usually in this card, there's just somebody who's blindfolded. It's not necessarily red. You don't see what your fate is. You're confused. You're lost. Okay? This could be what somebody like, an energy that you see to be you perceive to be a soulmate. Okay? But you guys, I'm gonna tell you the 2 energies that I'm getting right now. All right, is either this reconciliation is just not manifesting right now because one or both parties are not, I feel like it's just not seeing that that's not their destiny. The other story that I'm getting is the same, except for in this one, the other person has bad intentions. Okay, you miss somebody because you don't see that they're not who they presented themselves to be. You miss who they presented themselves to be to you, but that's not who they really are. Okay, so this could be just a deception that's being revealed, or it could be just the realization that, like I said, I think that's the main thread coming out of this story. A reunion that you guys might have been hoping for. A relationship that you had distanced yourself from or maybe even put an end to in the past. Okay? You stopped putting work into it. But I think a lot of you guys are still holding on hope that it can still be saved. And I think what the universe wants you to see is that there's really not room for this thing to grow. All right? That you can keep putting energy into it as much as you want to. And it's funny because they just call my attention back to Sal. And I heard spirit and ancestors and angel guides, whatever, say to me, we've been trying to tell them. Okay? Something that you believe to be part of your destiny actually is not. This world, look what they've got at the top of the bottom. The red string of fate. And this time it's in the infinity loop. All right, so this is coming to terms with, wow. I love spirit and the way they communicate. Coming to terms with spirit, and they say, and finally listening to us. All right, because I do believe that, like, for me, one of the meanings, one of the interpretations that I associate with the World card is being surrounded by spirit, being one with divinity, understanding that we are all one. And that you can tap into that energy anytime. All right? And then this is the Hanged Man. This is just seeing things from that higher, more spiritual perspective. Okay? So it definitely goes hand in hand with the world. But you guys, this is connection now. Remember I told you those 4 energies on the outside of the wreath are the 4 fixed sign energies? Now they're showing me a picture where those are your ancestors trying to talk to you. They're like, this is a wreath of victory. Okay? You get to come and this is you, the crow in the middle, flying free because you listened to the voices surrounding you. All right? Because you have spiritual support at this time. All right? Don't forget the Sow was the overarching energy that we started with. Water signs. I absolutely love this reading. There is a little bit of disappointment, I think, that's going to come for you in this Mercury retrograde. But I think that it's just, I think it's going to be, you're going to not be that upset by the time you get through it. This is something that's not going to be that hard of you to let go, because the hope that you're holding on to right now, like I said before, is attached to an illusion. And you guys, think about what your intuition has been trying to tell you all along. Think about what your guides have been trying to tell you all along. All right. Understand that they are there for you. And they're always on your side, as am I. Okay, water signs. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. Hit that like button. Share, subscribe, whatever you got to do. Hit me up with the information below if you are interested in a personal reading. Mercury retrograde is the best time to do that. So thanks again for being here, and best of luck to you all.